What's good? We're not just your boy Big Ben. Back another banger, and today we got a Brawlhalla tier list for y'all. As y'all see in the title, we're gonna be ranking the weapons today. If y'all enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, comment on what y'all thoughts, comment on the strikes about you, 10 seconds what A is A, B, and yeah. I'm with the videos every day. Couple of events, straight into it. By the way, just because the weapon could be easier to play does not necessarily mean it's gonna be higher on the list than the weapon that takes more skill, because some weapons that take more skill have more unlocked possibilities, because you know it's a lot more stuff you can do on the weapon. We're gonna get into that later, but we're gonna start with probably one of the easiest weapons in the game, top 3 at least, axe. Weaknesses, I say, is the fact that it's slow. You know what I'm saying? It really just depends on what character you got. The high dex axe, it's axe. It's gonna kill regardless, but it kills way faster on characters like Taros, like with high strength. But it's slow. That's the issue with axe right there. But don't get it twisted. It's still axe at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Another issue, it doesn't have a kill confirm. But once again, like I just got done saying, it's axe. An end light on axe kills consistently. So with that being said, I think axe has to be an S tier, bro. I don't think there's any other place it belongs. Like, I think axe will always be a top tier weapon in Brawlhalla. I don't know. Like, I don't think they'll ever really be able to fully balance axe. I'ma just keep it real. Axe has just always been the top weapon, for real. Boots, I'm gonna give Boots the S tier right now. I think Boots is still kind of busted. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff you can do with Boots, but part of me want to say A, just because I still think Boots is not as good as axe. Still not as good as axe, but I do think Boots is still broken. So I'm gonna put it in S tier. I think it's still an S tier weapon. Blasters, me personally, I think Blasters is kind of good. It kind of is good, but it's also like, in comparison to these other weapons, it definitely is the weakest one. So I would have to probably put it in a C. Like, if you good, like if you really good, if you're a really good Blasters player, it doesn't really matter. If you're just good at this game in general, like really good, especially on Blasters, it really doesn't matter. For real. You can win on any weapon. But it just takes a lot more on Blasters than it takes any other weapon on this on this entire list. For sure. That's why I'm gonna put this at a C. Like, it doesn't have as much rewards you can get from all the attacks you putting out. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to work 10 times harder to get the same results they're getting. It doesn't matter what weapon I'm talking about either. Bow, honestly, I want to put it in S tier. S tier, it's a really good weapon. Like, it's kind of easy to pick up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not too difficult. It's kind of straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? But it also takes a little bit of skill too. So, and it has maybe like one or two, maybe one consistent combo, and that's down like recovery. And sometimes it doesn't really kill. It just depends. But nonetheless, it's still a really good weapon. You know what I'm saying? Just because Nair is basically spammable, bro. Cannon, honestly, if I'm being honest, I think Cannon is good. Like, I don't think it's good as these weapons for sure. I think it's better than Blasters. I struggle going against Cannon. I really do. But I gotta be real with y'all. Cannon is not broken. Like, it's good, really good, and you can really win. But in comparison to all these other weapons, it's a beater weapon. I'm not gonna lie. It's cool. It's just a decent weapon. It's just a good weapon. A weapon that you can probably beat people. The reason why you're beating people, is because they have struggles playing against Canada. Not because Canada is just broken. I'm just going to make that pretty clear. Kind of the same thing with another weapon. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about later. Gauntlets, honestly, Gauntlets used to be way more broken. I still think Gauntlets is good now. It's just that it used to be at the top, like right up there with Axe. And yeah. But now it's A. Is it better than Bow? I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. They kind of like neck and neck for me, because like if you just like an aggressive player, going up with gauntlets, it's like you get so much control easily. With bow, you kind of have to be more passive with it, but at the same time, you can be very aggressive too because a lot of people would not expect you to be aggressive on bow. So it's kind of hard to say neck and neck. They both they neck and neck, but they just got total different play styles a lot of times. Hammer, not gonna lie, a lot of people not gonna say this. This is coming from somebody who loves Hammer and Lance. My favorite character in the game is Scarlet. That's my main. It's been my main since I started Brawl. Hammer is an S tier weapon. I'm not gonna lie. Hammer is definitely an S tier weapon. Even with all the nerfs on Hammer, Hammer is still an S tier weapon. And honestly, I'm gonna say Hammer might even be better, like than Boots. Honestly, because like Boots, you can do a whole lot, but just playing Hammer into Boots, Hammer 9 times out of 10 is gonna like do a lot more damage. So unless you can outspace, and really depending on which Hammer legend, if it's a Yumiko or like a high dex Hammer, really and truly, Boots doesn't really stand a chance because like Hammer Hammer slow is already like crazy to go against, but fast too. But a fast Hammer, nah, that's not fair. It's almost not fair if I'm being real, bro. You can still win against it, but it's definitely a low key, like high dex Hammer is definitely OP. With that being said, I'm gonna have to put in S. Great sword. I'm gonna say great sword, even though I find it very annoying. I really do. I'm gonna have to say it's not really broken. Like it used to be broken back in 2020. I think the only reason why people hate great sword so much is because it's been 4 years and we still have not figured out how to really play against this weapon. That's what it is. It's not because the weapon is broken. The weapon takes a lot of skill. It really does. It's just that we don't know how to play against it. A lot of people do not know. Nothing you can, like, not much you can really do. You know what I'm saying? Because not really much, like, options you got. You get caught one time, you're kind of dead. Kind of the same thing how Cannon used to be back in 2020 as well. Katara's, in my opinion, I know a lot of people think Katara's is broken, but I think Katara's is like right above Cannon. I think it's a good weapon, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think by any means it is really broken. I don't think it's broken. Like, and compared to these weapons, the Katara's are not as good. Like, at one point, it used to be way better, like way more broken. But now, as it stands in 2025, right now it's not as crazy. It's good, like really good, but it's just not as broken as those other weapons, if I'm being honest. Orb, I can't lie. Orb is broken. Orb is definitely broken. I'm gonna just keep it real. Orb is broken. Like, Orb is crazy broken. It's kind of crazy. And I know it got nerfs in the past too, but it hasn't had no crazy nerfs. And the reason why is because you don't see as many Orb players for real. You know what I'm saying? You don't see as many Orb players. You see Sight players, Gauntlet players, Axe players, Hammer players. You don't see that many Orb players. That's the main reason why this weapon is still this broken. Kind of got away with it, for real. And it's still getting away with it after all this time. Orb is broken. I'm not gonna lie. There's so much stuff you can really do on this weapon. It's kind of crazy. And then high dex Orb too? Nah, bro. Nah. And then Lance, I'm gonna say this as a person who loves Lance. Is my favorite weapon, like I said, in the game. Lance is kind of easy to play, but I still think it takes some type of skill. And here's the reason why I think it takes some type of skill. Because if you can just throw out Sarah, right? But it has so many active frames. It really does. Like, a lot of the Lance moves have so much active frames. It's so easy to get punished. You know what I'm saying? Like in certain, like, it has a lot of active frames. So with that being said, since you're going to be stuck and stunned for so long, if you throw out a move and whiff, they can easily punish you. And then depending on what character you got, you throw out a Sig, you're going to be stuck in even more active frames. Like Scarlet, for example. You throw out a side Sig. If you don't land it, you're going to be moving in slow motion just about it, bro. Like, neutral Sig is good because you kind of get in the air. But at the same time, you're going to be stuck in the air if you miss it. You know what I'm saying? Down Sig is the only good move that Scarlet have on Lance. Honestly, bro, that's the only good move. Like the only good Sig. But I'm just saying, like, Lance as a whole is kind of easy to play. Like, going into gold, like plat, and even getting up to diamond, maybe. It takes some type of skill getting to diamond, but at least getting to plat, you can just cheese your way with Lance because a lot of people can't handle it. They can't mentally handle it. It's not because the weapon is so broken. It's the fact they can't mentally handle it. You know what I'm saying? They getting poked to death. They getting taken off the map. They doing the same dodges over and over because they panicking. That's what it is. Like, I feel like a lot of people could win against Lance if they wasn't panicking so much. You know what I'm saying? That's how I personally feel. Scythe, I honestly think Scythe is kind of broken. Just a little bit, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I think Scythe is low key a little broken. Even though it takes skill, it really does take skill. But it's kind of broken too, bro. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of these weapons in the game is good right now. Like, really good. Scythe is one of them one of the weapons. I would say Scythe is low key right there with Hammer. I think Hammer you can do like more damage. So with that being said, if you got like a fast Hammer, it's like an upgraded version of Scythe, low key. But Scythe, it's just, I don't know, man. Scythe is just broken. Because there's so much stuff you can do. Like, you can freestyle combo people. It's so many ways you can get clipped. So many ways you can die. Not any weapons on this character. Not any weapons on this list. Why am I saying character? Not many weapons on this list can do what Scythe does. Like, to that extent. I think Scythe is definitely a S tier weapon. This is Spear. Honestly, if I'm being real, I think Spear takes a lot of skill. Like, a lot more skill than people want to admit. It's easy to play Spear, right? It really is easy to play Spear. But in comparison to everything else, it's definitely a B tier weapon. I'm not going to lie. It's a B tier weapon. It's solid. I'm going to put it at the top of it, though. It's a solid weapon, but realistically, you really gotta play that way different than a lot of these others. Like, with Garland, you can rush down. With Bo, you can play Zony. You know what I'm saying? And even rush down. Lance, you gotta play a little more passive with Lance. Great Sword, same thing. You gotta play a little passive with Great Sword. Axe and Hammer, really all heavy weapons besides Cannon. You have to play more like passive. Scythe, you can rush down, you know what I'm saying? But obviously don't just throw out random attacks. Obviously Orb, Boots, both of them, you can throw out attacks. Spear, you have to be very concise. Like, more concise than probably almost any character, because it's like you know what to expect with Spear. It's so freaking predictable. Side light, down light, there. That's what everybody does. That's what you do. That's just the most typical move. And it's like, you have to catch the read in the first place. If you don't catch the read, if you're not able to catch the read, then you're going to have a harder time getting damage for real. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing, and that's why I say it's easy to play, but that's only if you can actually catch your opponent's read in his dodges and react on what they're doing. Sword is like a way easier version, I'm being honest. Like, Sword combos from the D-Light, and it's on the ground. Hit Spear's D-Light is launch you in the air. So with that being said, you can't really put yourself in that position, leave yourself vulnerable like that, because you can easily get punished. That's why I'm gonna say Spear is B tier, and I'll put Sword as the best weapon in the game. I ain't gonna lie. This is the list. I think the only weapon that can consistently really beat Axe is probably Sword, if I'm being real, bro. Sword. Like, Sword is actually good. It's crazy, man. I'm surprised they haven't I'm really surprised they have not nerfed Sword at all. Literally surprised. But, hey, at least we got some type of kryptonite to Axe. Now, obviously Axe still does a lot of damage, so it's going to beat Sword in that retrospect. But then again, you got to remember, well, also Bow can beat Axe too. It counters Axe too. But Sword kind of counter, at least for me, It's way easier to play sword against axe than it is bow against axe, because literally all the moves, like the Sarah, you can just throw it out. Basically no active frames. Nair, you can just throw it out. Basically no active frames. You still moving. You know what I'm saying? Recovery, you gonna have active frames in that, obviously. Let's see. Dare, no active frames. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Pretty much every light attack on sword is you don't get punished from it because it's just so fast. You can't do anything about the end light. The side light, I mean, you can do something about the side light, but it has so much range. So like if you're close, you're gonna get hit unless you dodge perfectly. You're gonna get hit by that. You know what I'm saying? Deep light, it comes out so fast, and you're able to move after it so fast. Like sword is just so fast of a weapon. And it has so many consistent combos. It's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm just glad that we able to have a weapon that can contest against X. If you notice, if it's in a weapon, if it's any weapon that's gonna be in the top, a lot of times it's gonna be X. And if it's not X, it's because it was beat by sword. AKA, look at what happened in this year's grand finals of the BCX. Kinda was killing everybody, destroying everybody. What happened? Your boy Hughes came through with the sword, started cutting them up. It's so fast, he can't react to it with Teros. He had to switch to something faster because sword is so fast. Sword into trying to play into two slow weapons, good luck with that, buddy. That's all I'm going to say. Good luck with that. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This is my list. This is my personal opinion. I think this is a pretty accurate representation of Brawlhalla 2025 January. I think it's a pretty accurate representation, you know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all disagree or do y'all agree? Y'all let me know in the comments down below. If y'all enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, comment down below y'all thoughts. Comment below what I should react to, what I'm doing next. I go to ASAP. Y'all want to see another tier list? Let me know what I should do with tier list on next. I get to what ASAP. And yeah, I'll be the videos every day. Couple of these bands. I'm gone.